morning, welcome to my channel. My name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and it's Stash Busting Saturday. So today we are playing with a little bit of cardstock. How many of you have got coloured cardstock in your stash and absolutely no idea what to do with it? Well, let me show you what I've made and then I'll show you how to make it. So we have got this little item for you. How beautiful is that? So I've made this obviously to go in the Vintage Blue Journal, Vintage Blue Hues Journal, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make it as well. So I've pulled out 3 different coloured blue cardstocks, and I've also got the background here from the kit itself. And without further ado, I will show you how to do it. And it's really very simple. This is so easy. Now I've torn this from this side. I'm going to be doing it from this side. Okay. And I'm just looking at the moment where I want to start tearing, because this is literally a tear job. Okay. So I think I would like, I'm going to trim this down just slightly, maybe just 2. Let me measure this a little bit. I don't want to take too much off, but I just want to come in about there. I'd like to come in. So I'm going to take that little section off, because that will give me these flowers here to play with. Okay, I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Okay, and to do this, we layer up. Okay, so we are going to, now then, I need to get this right. I might work upside down with this so that I get it right. So literally all I've done is I have layered approximately 1/4 of an inch, and I say approximately because I didn't measure it. I've literally done it by eye. I believe, let me measure that because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we've got 1/4 of an inch roughly, very roughly. All right, so you can layer this however you want to. I've layered the darker blue on the base, and then the slightly lighter blue, and then the lighter blue. And now I am going to come in, is that going to be the right way round? Yes, it will be. Sorry, I just need to make sure that I'm going to be doing this properly. Now then, once you get to this stage, where's my washi tape gone? Sorry guys, bear with me one moment. Lost my washi tape. I had it here just a moment ago. I shall use a different washi tape. Makes no odds. The washi tape is literally just to hold these pieces in place while you tear them, because this is literally, I am just tearing bits of paper today. Oh gosh, that doesn't want to work very well. Let me find another washi tape that might actually let me use it. Best laid plans and all. Is this one even, where's the edge? There we go. Okay, so pop that there and pop it there. Okay, so all I'm doing is holding those 4 pieces of paper together. All right, that's it. That's all I'm doing. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to tear down wherever I want the design to go. So I'm going to start here. It's a little bit hard because obviously we've got 4 layers here, and all I'm doing is literally tearing down where I want the design to follow. Okay, so with this, I'm going to come in around here, hopefully, all being well. It is quite hard, but persevere, all right? And then I'm going to come round here. Can you see how that tear's beginning? And I want to come across here because I want to incorporate this one here. Okay, so we're coming across here and around the top of that little petal there, and coming, and what I'm doing is I'm using this finger to act as a guide for the tear. She says, oh, come along. It can be quite a task, to be fair, but we are getting there. All right. She says, we are getting there, honest. Okay, and with this one, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to meet this one round because it's getting a little bit too difficult to pull from the top. So I'm going to marry up these two tears in here. Okay, and I think we're there. Yes, we are. All right, so we've got that. Now, when you do these, there is no way you are going to end up with two exactly the same. All right, it really does depend on what papers you're working with. But if you have a look here, this one came down like that, whereas this one has got quite a little chunk going on. I could have come down there, but I particularly wanted this extra little bit here to add interest and depth to the tucks. All right, so we have that. I am now going to take off the washi tape very carefully because you don't want to rip your papers. All right, washi tape tends to be the better thing to use. It's less likely to rip than other things, to be honest with you, especially if they're really rubbishy washi tapes, which mine really seem to be. Just a little bit worried about this one because this one was a little bit better sticking. There we go, that's come off of there perfectly. All right, so I have now got 4 pieces like so. All right, and this one is going to stick directly down onto this piece, and this piece is going to stick directly down onto there, because what I'm going to end up with, if I can find something to show you, I've got this here. So when this is stuck onto the page, you will have a tuck here, but you'll also have a tuck there as well. All right, so that's what I'm aiming for on here. So I'm going to stick this down. I'll find my glue book. There's one I prepared earlier. I had a glue book sitting on my desk a little minute ago. I have no idea what I've just done with it. Oh well, mustn't grumble. Right then, now when you stick these down, just make sure that you've got the right one on the right piece, because otherwise it'll ruin the effect. So we want to glue, so these two, let me show you, so those two go like that. So I want to turn that over and I want to be gluing this piece. Okay. Okay, so we're gluing, gluing, gluing. And I do find when you're doing large things like this that glue stick is probably the better option. I know people do use their art glitter glue or Nuvo or things like that. But when it's a large item like this, my personal preference is just a little bit of glue stick. Works fabulously. All right, and now we're going to go corner to corner, and I'm going to stick those two little old pieces together. All right, So that is one piece done, like that. And now this bit will then go on there when we get round to that bit. All right, so now this piece will go on here. So because this is the smaller piece, I'm going to glue on the back of this one. All right, so let me do that one as well. Oh, so it's Saturday and I didn't even say hello. Hi everybody, it's Saturday. We're into the weekend. Weather's about to change apparently. So my mistake, taking the dog out for the walk on Thursday and putting all the wrong clothes on. Well, hopefully won't be made again, because apparently it is the weather is turning again. And who knows, we might even get a little bit of rain. Although where I live, we are not forecast, if we do get any, to have very much. So that's a bit pants, really. There we go. Okay, so those are the two bits together, and these two bits are going to form the pocket. I'm now going to stick this on here, so that'll be one pocket there, and that'll be another pocket there. All right, so this one, I am only going to put this one down using my Nuvo glue. And we're going to go along here. I didn't realise these cardstocks are actually a slightly different size to the paper, but that's no problem. It's literally millimetres. Nothing to write home about. I'm just going to run along here. Hopefully your hands are not as shaky as mine. My hands have been really shaky the last few days. Not too sure why. There we go. Right then, and now this, I'm just going to turn this around because I can't work the other way. I'm going to pop that on there. All right, so that's the base done. Simple pimples, huh? How lovely is that? Even if you didn't do any further embellishment on there, that just in itself just makes the most beautiful pocket, doesn't it? Okay, so this one's going to go on this side, and then let me show you. So you'd have a tuck there, and you would have a tuck there. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment. All right, and now all I'm going to do is embellish this, because it's just beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to do similar embellishment to what I did with the other one, and I think I am anyway. Let me just check that's not going to... Okay, yep, that should work all right. Alrighty. What way around does that go? Oh, I am rubbish with these things, aren't I, honestly? I think it goes that way. I think it goes that way. All right, let me pop this along here. There is a possibility with this. I may have trimmed off slightly more of that edge than I wanted to, but it's all right. It's okie dokie. Oh, stand up. It's okie dokie. I'm still pondering over this, you know. Actually, I think it goes around that way. So... oh, I don't know, honestly. I'm going to put it that way round. I am, and that is what I'm doing. Right then, I'm going to put that right up to the edge there. and I'm cutting it like so. I'm going to trim this little edge here too. There we go, tidy up time. Right, and then with the Fabri-Tac, Collal, whatever fabric glue you use, just if you popping a little bit of lace down. This is more of a crochet lace than a lace, but it's very pretty. I like the fact that it's got the little sparkly bits in. Just going along and just getting those scallops down as well. If I can get the bin back in. There we go. Okay, now we're going to press that down. And that is the first bit of the embellishment done. Okay, like it. Let me just trim that off a bit. Let me trim a bit. Nice, that's all nice and tidy. Okay, so I have pulled out some bits and pieces for this. I'm not sure, so let me show you what I did with the other one. So this is what I did with the other one. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it, how they come in like that? Okay, so this is the other one. I've got these ones that I want to use on this one, and I thought I would use these as well. I've also got those, and I've got a couple of little, a number and the word Paris as well. But because obviously the design is going to be different on this, this layout probably won't work. All right, so I want to decide on the layout for this one, and I thought I would put her perhaps there. I might not even use a second one, to be honest with you, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to cover these flowers up too much. I want to be able to see them. So I am just going to have a little play on how I want this to be arranged. Now I do quite like that there. Okay, and then we've got this and we've got these two as well. Like I say, I am definitely not going to be using all of this, but I'm going to lay things down and see what I think before I actually go ahead and commit. You see, I do feel that these two too much, so I'm probably not going to use that one. All right, I think I will use him. It's very beautiful, isn't he? But it's a case of how I want to use him. Maybe like that. Maybe bring her in like that. Yep, quite like that. Okay. And then I quite like that there. I might even move her up a little bit actually. Put her a little bit more centrally, which will give me the opportunity to turn that one round that way and have that one going that way perhaps. Or do I want this one down here? Well, that's nice. I like that better actually. And have the smaller one up there. I think that works much nicer. Very happy with that. And then perhaps just the number up there. Do you know what? I think that's all that one needs. I'm not going to do any more to it than that. So I'm going to pop these little pieces down. Quite different to the first one I've done. And again, although different, very similar. This little lady here. In fact, I'm going to use a bit of the fabric glue on here because it's going to be going over the lace a little bit. So I'll use a little bit of the fabric glue even. Put a goodly amount on there. Okay, and I think we want her about there. Going there with that one. And then that'll bring him in. Move her over just a little bit more. Nice, okay. And now I can bring him in there, like him. Love these little mothy things. They're beautiful, aren't they? A little bit of glue on there. Bring him just so that he's cuddling there. There we go. And we're not covering up too much there, I don't feel. Then this little guy I want there. So there with him. Squash him down into place. And a little number at the top. I'm going to pop that there. Okay. So I'm actually very happy with that little layout. Not so much of a cluster going on, just embellished rather than clustered, if you know what I mean. Just wondering if I might like that. No. Nope. Right, so got that, and now what I want to do is I don't know if you noticed, but on this one I've got a few of the tiny little pearl, just little drops of them to add a little bit of extra. So I want this, and I think I'm going to pop one there, and I'm going to pop one there, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go with a 5th one just on this little flower there. I think that is what I am doing. Let me grab some tweezers, and we are going with 1. Oh, these are so fiddly, aren't they? Fiddle, fiddle, fiddles. 1. Ta-la. And 2. And 3. Like I say, these are literally just a tiny, tiny little accent, just to add another dimension and another little element. And we're going with that one there. Okay, so that's those on. And I'm just wondering, actually, on these, if I wanted to put the little gems on there, where are my gems? I'm going to have a look, see what this is like. I don't know that this is going to happen, but I am really airing towards the bling in a big way on this. Yeah, you see, I like that. That's lovely. So I'm going to add a little bit more embellishment to this one. So we're going to put our little gems down there for the body. Love that. Beautiful. I'm going to do the same on this one. Now these have got quite chunky bodies, so I'm not going to do that with those ones, which is kind of why I thought about doing it on these, because although, again, very similar, but very different, aren't they? There we go. That's beautiful. Love that. Okay. So that's it. How simple are they? I mean, even somebody who's never done journaling before, never done embellishments before, you know, never put anything together before, those are just dynamic, aren't they? They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Very, very happy with those. So that's another couple of tucks done for the journal. So we're coming along very nicely. That's it for today, guys. That's all I'm showing you. I do hope you like them. Great use of your cardstock. So if you've got cardstock sitting around, you've no idea what to do with it, there you go. There's an idea for you. Okay, so that's it for today. I will look forward to seeing you again for Mishmash Monday. So take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you soon. Bye.